your boy Chico DeBarge, and you're checking out You Know I Got Soul.
You know, first off, I know you released your last album back in 2009, Addiction. So tell us what you've been up to since then.
Actually, I've been touring, doing quite a bit of touring, and actually preparing to go with my brother L on a European tour and Japan as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just staying busy, doing shows, which is real exciting for me.
Yeah, cool.
Doing shows.
Do you have plans to release an album anytime soon, or what's the plan for that?
I'm gonna take my time, of course, and just write. I like to do that first. I like to just have some good material at my leisure, so I can, decide whether I want to just, shoot it to another artist or, do it myself if it fits or whatever. Writing is my first love, so I try to stay constantly doing that. The artistry thing, still debating a home for, my next project. I'm with QDR still, so we're kind of like ironing out some contractual differences so I can, get a new home.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
that's the plan.
Cool. We'll talk more about your writing because, I talk to a lot of writers and they each seem to have a different process for putting songs together, and it always interests me to hear, how an artist, goes into making a song. So tell me about your process of putting a song together.
If I'm trying to write and actually writing to write, I usually try to stay melody based and just base everything off melody, and then kind of fill in the lyrics, the melody, because I like the melody to sound good first before I concentrate on the lyrics, because it needs to feel good, that's my theory. It needs to feel good first, and sound good, and then make sense, So that's pretty much the base that I start with, and go from there, melody,
Okay. Cool. And in addition to writing, I know you're a true musician. You play many instruments, you compose your own music, and put your songs together on your own. So, what does that mean to you? Because that's rare in this day and age.
Oh, wow, it means a lot. It helps me express myself a little better. I don't have to, run into a wall of, having someone express it for me and then, being frustrated that they're not doing it quite the way I hear it inside my head. So being a musician, I'm able to express that outlet, what it is I'm, trying to hear, So it means a lot,
Cool. I know you mentioned about your the contractual situation and working on some things about for a future project, but as an artist like yourself who can create their own music, do you almost prefer to go the more independent route? Because I know you've been on a major in the past, but do you prefer to go independent at this stage of your career?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, the major is a plus too. Because you got, of course, the millions of dollars behind you.
Yeah.
And you don't really have that independent.
Yeah.
So that's a plus because it almost ensures the success of the album if you got good material, and you kind of you got to pay all that back, of course, but you get that back on the road, because the album is sure to be a success. You're sure to do a tour and get your own money. You might be paying the label back on the royalty side, but still, you can go out and do concerts and make plenty of money, bring home the bread.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. Independent, wow, I would say that independent has its plus too, because if it's successful, you'll be a millionaire and it'll be a legitimate million, not something that the company advanced you. So,
Okay, good point. I want to ask you about an artist you've collaborated with throughout the years. He's been on a bunch of your albums, and you guys have done songs together, and that's Joe. How'd you link up with Joe originally, and what's your relationship been like?
Well, Joe is managed by QDR, and QDR, of course, was the label that I started out on. it kind of came from that. It was born out of that, the relationship he had with Kiara, and of course I had. You know, we met. We were kind of around each other. We became a family. You know, frequented each other's studio, and you know, of course, you know, liked each other's music. Joe, I think, was on the second album when I was on my first. So, you know, he liked the direction I was going in, and you know, wanted to, you know, be a part of it. No guarantee I was remixing that, and you know, he had already knew the lyrics and everything, and I was surprised. I was like, man, he knows the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, so since you're doing that and singing it, why don't you get behind the mic?
Yeah.
So he did. And
cool.
We just gelled ever since.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I love the music you guys have made together over the years.
Thank you. Thank you, Pat.
Since you released your first album, you know, back in the 80s, mid-80s, you know, talk about the changes you've seen in music and R&B and soul music in general. What have you seen change over that period of time?
Oh, man, so much. I would say artist development is not much a thing anymore, and back, you know, then it was a big thing. Barry Gordy was, of course, artist development heavy, very much into developing artists. Longevity, you know, he really believed in sticking behind an artist. An artist could, you know, have a bad album, and then a second bad album, and still, you know, he would give him a third chance. You know, he was in it for the long haul, and I think much of the record labels were in it for the long haul, you know, they into developing artists. I don't see that much anymore. I think music has changed a lot, too. It's become, you know, a little more computer dependent, and you know, not so much, how can I say, homegrown.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, I picked out a few of my favorite songs of yours from throughout the years off of your albums. They weren't necessarily singles, but I was hoping to get some background on them, just how they came together. The first one is When Can I See You Again?
Oh, yeah, Brian McKnight, one of his joints. When Can I See You Again? You want some input on it?
Yeah, just how did it all come together?
Kind of roll off with it.
Yeah.
When Can I See You Again? Wow, that was a lesson for me. Brian McKnight kind of taught me some techniques and skills, and I remember that song for the rest of my life because he really taught me some singing skills, some vocal techniques.
Mm-hmm. Cool. The next one is It's Cool from the Free album.
Oh, It's Cool. Wow. That was very much a free-flowing song. Believe it or not, I kind of got behind the mic and wrote that right on the spot. Didn't write it down on paper. Kind of like was just coming from my feelings and you know, what I was going through at the time. So I really love that song. That's close to my heart.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Very forgiving song.
Yeah, definitely. One more for you, and I know this is a favorite of a lot of your fans, and this is Ig and Me.
Ig and Me, wow, special. E&L, in the studio. Well, I just remember hearing Al begin to play those chords, and it just was like a magnet. It pulled me. I got up and began to sing, and Al began to say, you know, wow, we got something, man. You know, dim the lights. Here it is. You know, Al is such a seasoned and experienced writer and producer. He knows when something is being born special and it's about to be something great. And he knows how to set the mood for it and make way for it.
Yeah.
Make way for it. So, you know, he pretty much, I can remember him just, you know, making way for it, dimming the lights, saying, hey, look, we got something here, man. Stick to it, G. Close your eyes. Don't let go of it. And you know, let's do it, basically. And I love where it went to, you know.
Yeah, cool. You know, you've had a bunch of albums over the years, but I was wondering, do you have a favorite or one that you feel is strongest of all your own albums?
I like the Free album.
Yeah.
Very much. Very, very close to that. Free. Unloved. It's one of my favorite songs on the Free album.
Yeah.
Virtuous. Very much an album about me. Pretty pretty much crying out, looking for true love. I never fell in love and wondered if it was such thing. And basically, it was a call, an invitation, a call, cry out from my soul to whoever was my soulmate to come. Hurry up, baby, I'm here.
Yeah.
Where are you? So, I've been, had a heartbreaking, was going through a lot in my relationship, and it was a terrible breakup. So, it was me basically yearning for love, and I think I was very emotional.
Yeah. Cool. You've had also many collaborations over the years on other artists' albums, and has there been one that stands out to you as a favorite of all the collaborations you've had?
Oh, I like the Noriega
Oh, yeah?
one.
Okay.
Yeah, Superman Lover too. I like that Redman Eric song. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool. Couple of questions. I reached out to your fans on Twitter. Shout out to Team Chico. They had a couple of questions for me to ask, and the first one is what's your definition of a perfect fan?
Oh wow. I don't think there's such thing as one, but maybe the closest. A perfect fan. Wow. Someone that is a fan of themselves as well. Walk with a confidence about themselves and separate, me from the music and understand that, I'm a person and, be grounded, you know what I mean? That without being, overboard.
Yeah.
I think that's important. That would be the perfect fan in me.
Okay, I like that. Another one from your fans. They want to know, what do you feel you can bring into today's music that hasn't been done already?
Oh wow. Maybe my expression of love. I think that's all I can do that hasn't been done. It's just my expression of it, my interpretation.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Nothing's new under the sun.
Yeah, exactly. All right, one more question for you now. Coming up in the music industry, growing up, from an early age, did you ever feel alienated at all from the rest of the DeBarge family just because your style was so much different than theirs?
Well, I don't know if I would say alienated, but definitely different, lonely at times, kind of, I guess privilege stress, kind of like, where do I fit? I had an identity crisis a lot. I think, comparing myself sometimes, what I should do. Should I do this? Should this be more, this and that? Do I have to live up to this? Because it's such a great mark to be set, alienated, maybe, but not in a bad way.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's all the questions I had. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Oh man, just one thing. I think that all music is soul music when it comes from, the depths of you. When it's heartborn, it's going to be heartfelt, to someone. And our music is our message to a time and place that we will never see. So bring it from the soul so that it can speak to the soul. All those artists and writers and producers that are out there, let's keep soul music alive. Whether you're doing rock music, contemporary, whatever the style is, it still can be soul.